Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and today we're going to take a look at some more RGB goodness with the new RGB SHARK Lights from Sharkoon. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so today's video we're going to be taking a look at these new fans from Sharkoon. These are the SHARK Lights RGB. Now, these are a little bit different. There's a lot of RGB lighting on the market at the moment, but these actually piqued my interest because they are a little bit different, and I kind of like that. And also, I love RGB, so it's a win-win situation. So let's take a look at the box, look at the packaging, then I'm going to put them in my PC and we can see what they actually look like. So first of all, with the packaging, as you can see, it's the typical kind of Sharkoon branding. Pretty much does what it says on the tin, so it's the SHARK Lights branding. It's got addressable RGB, so this is 5-volt addressable RGB, 3-pin, rather than your 12-volt RGB. So if you're looking for 12-volt RGB, look elsewhere, this ain't going to help you. These will do up to 16.8 million colours, and don't worry, I'm not going to count them, so this is going to be a short video. The fan size is 120mm, and the measurements are 120 by 120 by 25mm, so pretty much standard size, will fit pretty much most openings or most chassis, radiators, whatever you want to use it. Now, talking of radiators and where you want to use it, ideally these fans are low RPM fans. So they max out at 1000 RPM, which is pretty low, but fortunately the decibels are low as well. So if you want a really super whisper quiet system that looks amazing, these are definitely going to be worth a look. The rated volume of these at the full whack is about 15 dB, which is virtually silent. You try getting your room where you are at the moment down to 15 dB. I dare you. Ain't gonna happen. Very, very difficult to do. So these are very, very quiet. But because of the quietness and also the low RPMs, these aren't really particularly suited for static pressure environments. So if you are considering using these on a densely packed radiator, then you might want to look elsewhere. Also, if you've got a very fine mesh filtration system on your computer, maybe one of like the S340, something like that, then again you might want to look elsewhere because these haven't got the greatest static pressure, but they still do move a considerable amount of air at 0.56 meters squared per hour. So that's quite a lot. It's not quite as good as what you'd see from some of the CFM rated fans, but again, still, this is a really quiet fan with super low RPMs. And they've got a new design blade which actually does help keep things a little bit quieter. So let's take them out of the box and see what they actually look like. Oh, so we've got some accessories. We'll have a look at those shortly. Got the fan itself, and there's something else in here as well. So, oh great, we've got a little manual. So in the manual it goes through telling you about the general specifications. So fan speed is up to 1000 RPM, plus or minus 10%. It's a bearing type fan with a fluid dynamic bearing. Maximum airflow, as we said just now, was 0.56 meters squared per hour, and maximum air pressure is 0.46 millimeters H2O. Maximum noise level is 15.2 dBA, and the lifetime, or manufacturer's lifetime, is about 50,000 hours. Again, we won't be testing that in this particular review. The illumination is taken care of by 20 addressable RGB LEDs, and the dimensions, as we said, are 120 by 120 by 25mm. The weight, including the fixed cable, is 135 grams, just in case you're wondering. So let's have a look, see what we get. So we get some screws. Now, there's an interesting set of screws you get with these actually. So you get your standard case screws, which we're all used to seeing, but you also get two sets of additional screws. Now these are elongated screws, which are in two different sizes. There's an M3, and also there's a 6-32, whatever that is, I'm not sure what that is, but those are for various radiators and fitting points. So looking at the fan itself, this will make sense. So you've got your fan, and it's got this really nice shroud which covers up all of the kind of plastics and also the mounting area. And all you do at the bottom, there's a little bit you can press in, and this top section comes off. As you can see, the top section's got Sharkoon logos on it, so you can get that showing if you want to. But this is where we hide the screws. So the mounting points are here, and so all the screws and those bolts can be nicely hidden. Then put your cover back on, and it looks like it's just meant to be there, which I actually quite like. Now, all the mounting points have got rubberized areas, so to reduce vibration. But again, this is a super low RPM fan. The maximum speed is 1000 RPM, so 100%, 1000 RPMs. Realistically, most systems are probably running these about 40 to 60%, around about the kind of 600 RPM mark, at which point they're going to be totally silent, but still look amazing. At least that's what we're hoping for. Looking at all this kind of opaque plastic, we've got, like we said, the 20 RGBs, or LED RGBs all around the outside. so they're going to give off a nice bit of lighting. And also because we've got this cover on, it kind of separates out a bit, so you're going to have this front section illuminated and you're going to have this side section illuminated, and we should have a little bit of light bleeding through from the back as well, I'm hoping. So anyway, there's the fans. Connectivity wise, we've got our standard 3-pin 5-volt addressable RGB type header, which also has the separate key type as well for the Gigabyte motherboards. And for fan control, we've got a standard 3-pin PWM style header, so you shouldn't have any issues there. The one thing I would have liked to have seen with this as part of a set would be some kind of fan and RGB controller, but realistically most motherboards or cases actually come with pretty decent integrated systems at the moment. Now for this particular setup, when I'm going to try them, I'm going to be using them on my GameX F15 case, which happens to have both a fan controller and a addressable RGB controller. So we can install 6 of these fans in the case and see what it all looks like. So I'm going to install these into the case now, and then we'll be back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so there we go. We've installed it into the GameX F15 case, and as you can see, it has actually transformed the look of the case. I know we've gone from 2 200mm fans to 3 120mm fans. I think even despite the actual physical size difference, the RGB effect or the actual kind of luminescence of the rings around the outside edge, this looks amazing. I'm really, really pleased with it. I think it looks excellent. It's a very, very different and very modern look. It almost kind of looks, I'm not even sure what the word is for it. There's some kind of artistic word that I'm really, really struggling to find right now. But that is what this reminds me of. It's a very unusual look. But I really like it. The way that the light diffuses around, and even with this mesh on the front, it still looks really good. There's a few shots that you've possibly seen in the B-roll, which are with the actual frame off, so you can see what it looks like with various different types of lighting, which actually I've got my remote control here, so I'll quickly cycle through. Now obviously when you're doing this yourself, that's not the right remote control. Obviously when you're doing this yourself, then it is going to be a little bit different. I am using the inbuilt controller from the F15. If you want to get a controller, you will need one for these fans. So if you don't have enough headers on your motherboard or whatever the case may be, you will actually need some kind of controller. You can just plug it straight into the motherboard, but you may need splitters, all that kind of stuff, and lots of fan headers, depending on how many fans you want to put in. Personally, I would say get yourself a fan controller, the splitter, plug it into a SATA, and that will take some of the load off the motherboard. But anyway, I'm digressing. So let's have a look at some of the modes. So at the moment, we're in the standard kind of unicorn puke mode, which I think looks really good. And another version of that. The colors are really vibrant. I'm not sure if it's really coming through on the camera, but the colors are super, super vibrant. I'm not sure what type of LEDs they're using or what the diffuser is made of, but actually it does shine through really, really nicely. And even just with the static colors, it just brings a whole new level to the way that the lighting is. We're so used to seeing RGB effects with that kind of normal telltale kind of wideband. You can see all the little LEDs. It generally looks a little bit on the cheap side in some particular instances. But I think with this, I think that's one of the words I was looking for. This is kind of like a stylized look, if that is the right word for it. It's got a very kind of sharp, clean light to it. Almost like neon lighting, I suppose, back in the 80s and 90s. I think it just looks really, really nice. So we cycle through some of the colours, you can see some of the effects, but the colours, all the colours just look absolutely perfectly sharp. There's no kind of mid-tones or anything. The blues are really blue, the greens are really green, and the reds are really red. The plain white as well actually does look like properly white. It's not that kind of mishmash. So it does look really nice. And actually, what I'll do is if I take the front of the case off a minute, you can see what it looks like slightly more naked. Okay, so that's with the front off now, and I've actually turned off one of the studio lights as well, just so you can get a real good look at what it's like. And if I take off one of these surrounds now, you can see those come off really nice and easily. So that gives you access to the screw points. Like I said before, you've got different screws, so if you want to put it into a radiator or something, you can do. But yeah, there's a ton of light coming off there. They're really nice and bright, really sharp. And it looks like there's 20 LEDs in there in each one. So that's a lot of addressable RGB going on right there. Just cycle through some more of these colors and you can get a better idea. But yeah, overall, wow, that's a really intense color right there. So if a static color is your thing, again, these are going to work absolutely perfectly. And even if you're going for like a monochrome build, which actually probably would work out quite nicely with the EVGA graphics card we've got in there, yeah, I think that looks really stylish. Very, very nice indeed. And the flow of the colors as well. You sometimes find on some of these addressable RGB components, the colour flow is a little bit odd, or you get kind of like a weird LED every now and then somewhere. But actually this looks like it flows very, very nicely. If I actually go onto the original flow, and maybe if we speed that up a little bit. So yeah, it's a very, very nice smooth flow. I think that looks the absolute bomb. So anyway, that's pretty much wrapped up. Actually, I should mention as well, they are super quiet. I've got my lav mic on. I'm literally kind of like, what, 10, 12 inches away from the fans. And yeah, they're pretty much whisper quiet. If I put them on to their loudest setting, a barely noticeable difference. I can actually hear there is a slightly more movement of air inside the case. And actually, even from that rear mounted fan, just a single 120 on its own, it's still pushing out a decent amount of air. So if airflow is your thing, addressable RGB is your thing, and actually talking of price as well, we should mention price. These at the moment, on Amazon they're a weird price, but then Amazon are ridiculous at the moment anyway. But I found these on a local UK site, Alternative I think they were called, about £12 a fan. So not by any means kind of bank-shatteringly expensive, unlike some of the kind of Corsairs and things like that. So I think for kind of £12 a fan, they do offer really good value for money. Obviously you can get the much cheaper Chinese fan sets, etc, etc, but I don't think they look anywhere near as nice as these do. Actually in the flesh they are pretty much stunning. So anyway, that pretty much wraps up. This has been the Sharkoon Shark Lights addressable RGB fans. I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.